Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula bore formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? I do think that worked. Gina Ricci, happy Thankful Thursday. Let's go.
Happy Thankful Thursday. Sean, what are we doing here?
Oh, what are we doing here? You know, we could be at lunch, we could be at dinner, bringing extraordinary people of influence, I think from the Chicago area or something, but we're talking about the superpower of influence. We're gamifying, we're having fun and meeting extraordinary people. And of course, I want to thank everyone for being here on this Thankful Thursday, and Jeff Badu for all he did to co-create this beautiful situation today. So Gina, yeah. Oh, wait. There's a co-host of this thing. And my co-host is a heart-centered leader who started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old. She progressed to being a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing. That's not easy as a teen. Then she became, at the ripe old age of 24, the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Youngest person ever to do it, 24 years old. First woman ever to do it. 2019, all the people that she taught how to do what she knows how to do in sales doubled their business that she worked, coached, trained, led, spoke for. And now she tours all over the place, coming back from a speaking engagement for a law firm in Orlando, Florida just the past week. It may or may not have been on Chris Crone's stage and other places, and co-created $2.6 million fundraise for charity last weekend that we led at Unblinded. The one, the only, let's hear it for the co-host of The Real Raw, Bella Verita. Let's hear it for Bella. Hello, Bella Verita.
Hello, Sean Cawley.
What is your fun fact?
Ooh, my fun fact today is we just got back from like the traveling circus of Sean Cawley and Unblinded. And I think it was, I'm losing track of my days now, but I think it was Tuesday. I went from being in the morning on the rooftop hotel in South Beach, Miami, to the evening being at a rooftop event in New York City. So that is my fun fact for today.
Well, you sound like you're a busy person, but the superpower of influence is how you create massive impact in the world, and you grow your marketing, your selling, your managing, your leading, your recruiting. You create more money in less time with more magic, with integrity. That's the game we're playing. Gina Ricci, we have some heart-centered leaders, some from the Windy City. What's happening?
First up, yep, Windy City it is. This man is a real estate enthusiast, commercial real estate insurance broker. He's written over 600 policies and is a startup leader at a short-term rental property management business. Please Let's all welcome Justin Carolin to The Real Raw.
Justin, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Sean?
Doing great. Thanks for being here. And what's your fun fact? Something would be like, Justin, no way.
Fun fact. I just came straight here from the beach where I was taking pictures of a vehicle that I purchased to rent on Turo.
Nice. And what beach was that?
Montrose.
Beautiful. And how was the beach today?
It was good. Actually Kevin's fishing spot, but I don't know if he's been there lately. But it was good. It was kind of hot.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the party, and we're going to have some fun today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah. Gina, who else do we have?
Let's meet this Kevin guy, cost segregation professional with 11 years experience, allowing investment property owners the ability to accelerate their buildings and reduce taxes owed. And in 2001, he helped real estate investors defer over $250 million in income taxes and speaks on stages around the country. Everyone, please welcome Kevin Cawley to The Real Raw.
Kevin, do you always travel with 500 screaming, adoring fans clapping for you?
Not always. It's very nice, but sometimes, yes.
Beautiful. Well, Kevin, welcome to the party, brother. And what is your fun fact? Something we might not expect to learn about you.
Yeah, so before I got into real estate tax planning, I was a union carpenter for 11 years. So from 17 to 28, I have no college under my belt. I was a union carpenter, and now I work with heavily with large family offices, some institutional investors, down to guys who just bought their first, 3-flat investment property. That's my fun fact.
Awesome. And Kevin, sometimes when it gets a little stressful working with the family office crowd, do you ever miss doing carpentry?
Yeah, I'm currently fixing my own home, which saved me a boatload. So I did all new cabinets, new flooring, new trim work. So I still enjoy it. I do miss it from time to time. I'm kind of a lone wolf in what I do, but I really respect the guys who continue to do it. They're all still good friends of mine, and it was just time for me to go. So,
Kevin, it is an honor and privilege to have you here today. Welcome, my friend.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you. Gina.
Next up, he's a partner at a 14 attorney boutique firm specializing in complex litigation, sports and entertainment law, and he serves as the chair of the Chicago Bar Association Sports Law Committee. Can we please all welcome Ben Shrader to The Real Raw?
Ben, how are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well, thanks, Sean. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for being here. And what's your fun fact, Ben?
I'm gonna kind of steal what Kevin talked about. Before I went to law school, I worked as a sportscaster in New York and used to be a nightly sports anchor on probably about the smallest station you can work at, especially in New York. But it was on the news every night, so people usually find that to be a fun fact.
I love it. And Ben, what station was that?
It's called WRNN TV, the Regional News Network in New York.
Beautiful. And what sports did you cover? Like all local sports?
Yeah, local sports, everything from the Yankees and Mets down to, I think I covered like a middle school tennis tournament once. So it was just me and just kind of driving around looking for stories.
Well, Ben, super cool, brother. Corollary fun fact, say like adjacent corollary related fun fact. I had the privilege of having the largest jury verdict in the last 15 years or so in the state of Arizona in a business breakup case. And my adversary, I believe, was from the great city of Chicago. I don't know, it was an attorney by the name of Bill Quinlan. Do you know Bill at all or no?
I don't know Bill personally. The name rings a bell, but if he was in that big of a case, I'm sure he's a successful guy.
Yeah, and he was actually when Governor Blagojevich from Illinois went to prison, he was governor's counsel. And so we had quite a 5-year battle between day one and the end of it. And it ended up with 8 figures of compensatory damages, 8 figures of punitive damages. But he's a pretty well-known guy, so I didn't know if you ever came across him.
Tough stretch for him, I guess, but good for you.
Yeah, no, I mean it was crazy. So, but thank you so much for being here. I'm sure you could tell a litigation story, 2, 5, 10, or 20. And thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. G Money.
Next up, we have an extraordinary business leader joining us from the Boston area. She is the digital marketing consultant to lawyers, law firms, and law firm leadership. She is also the fractional CMO, the leader of outsourced legal marketing service line at Legal Internet Solutions. She's the director of client strategy there, Sean and Bella. And she is also the director at large of Legal Marketing Association Northeast Region Board of Directors. Can we all please give it up for this extraordinary woman? Let's welcome Kristen Brophy to the Real Raw.
Kristen making magic happen in the law. Welcome, Kristen.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and what's your fun fact, please?
My fun fact, before I fell into the world of legal marketing, I was a theater major, music minor, and had aspirations of being on Broadway.
Whoa. Did you ever make it to working in New York in any capacity?
I did not, although I do still do lighting design and consult local high schools in the area on their, shows to give them a professional product.
Beautiful. And what moves your heart about marketing, the law? Like, how'd that all come to be?
I like to help lawyers become better revenue generators through enhanced digital initiatives and strategies. And that's actually my key role, is to, come up with some strategic initiatives for lawyers and law firms when they might need a little bit of help because they are taught the, basic business development principles, or not taught them at all. But now we're in a digital world, so they need a little help sometimes.
Amen. Well, Kristen, thank you so much for being here, and look forward to having some fun today.
Of course.
Thank you. Gina.
This man has won multiple bench trials, top 2% of lawyers in Illinois for the last 5 years, land use and zoning attorney, helping to cut the red tape. Can we all please welcome Nicholas Standiford to the Real Raw?
Nicholas, how are you?
I'm good. Sorry about that. I had call from we represent villages outside of Chicago, and they got a deck that's falling down, so we had to figure out what to do about that.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Is everybody okay?
Yeah, we're just, as the village, we're allowing some temporary work to be done, but we don't want to be in trouble if someone were to get hurt by that. So we're trying to show some semblance of concern for the residents, so that we don't get sued.
Yeah, understood, Nicholas. So thank you for that. And how about your fun fact?
Fun fact about what?
Something that we wouldn't expect to learn about you. It's like, Nicholas, no way. Yeah.
I've recently been doing these Instagram videos where I rate kids' parks with my 1.5-year-old daughter, and I'm seeing which parks on the North Shore are the most fun.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. And how old? You said your daughter's how old?
1.5 years.
Beautiful. And her name?
Renee.
Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on Renee, the park rating, the success, all the things. And I hope nobody sues you guys because of the deck. So, Nicholas, thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Thank you. G Money.
Last and certainly not least, this man is managing partner of 2 investment funds, over 15 years in the industry. And in the last 60 days, he has acquired 30 deals totaling in over $3.6 billion. Please, let's all welcome Walden Fenster to the Real Raw.
Walden, you're talking some Austin Powers Dr. Evil numbers. That's crazy. Awesome job. And what's your fun fact, my friend?
Fun fact about me, I originally am from Wyoming, grew up on a humongous cattle ranch in the middle of nowhere, and moved to Chicago about 10 years ago because I met and married my wife in 58 days. So I moved to Chicago and didn't know a single soul. So
Wow.
I mean, we got to ask about that. So 58 days, what was the story?
Literally, I met her at a business event down in Orlando. I'd already sold a couple companies at that point in my life. I was down there for a development seminar. and met her. 2 weeks later, she came out to Colorado, Wyoming, hung out there. 2 weeks after that, I proposed, and 3 weeks later after that, we were married. And I was selling my business at the time and moving to Chicago. So it was a whirlwind, but that was 10 years ago and 4 kids later. So wouldn't have had it any other way.
Awesome. And boys, girls, with your 4 children?
We have 2 girls, Madison and Charlotte, who are 7 and 5, and 2 boys, Titus, who's 3, and David, who's 1. So we got the whole gamut, and I joke that we only have babies in odd years, so I'm good for this year. So
Congratulations, Walden. Appreciate you being here today. We're going to have some fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Walden. Gina, thank you. You're extraordinary. Mwah. Peace out from the multiverse.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Sean. Have fun, everyone.
Bye-bye, Gina. And before we get started, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Sean Cawley, only one of 2 attorneys out of 1.2 million attorneys to win a top 100 national jury verdict between the 2014 and 2016. He's spoken on stage
twice, right?
Yes, you always correct me, but I say that I say that one of 2 attorneys. Yes, you keep correcting me on that, but I've said that both times. Yes. Okay. So you let me do my job. Right? Yes. You remember, keep forgetting who is the boss here.
Yes.
All right. So going back to what I was saying, and has spoken on stages such as like small Disney stages, small T-Mobile companies, these types of companies, and last week just got done raising $2.6 million at an event where he only thought where they only thought 200,000 was going to be raised. So my co-host Sean Cawley.
No, thank you, Bella. Appreciate everybody being here so much. My fun fact is I'm a blind guy that's taught blind guys to surf and win carnival games that sighted people can't win. So Bella, who's going first?
Let's go with, and I think we have like friends that are competing today. So let's go with Kevin.
Kevin, here's what the story is. We're talking about how to go from hello to yes, whether it's raising money from stage for charity or one-to-one, or I don't know, in a jury verdict, or perhaps our marketing, our selling, our managing, our leading, recruiting, fundraising for profit, not for profit, any of those things. Hello to yes. And Bella will be whomever you want her to be. So who would you like Bella to be, please?
You're on mute, Kevin.
I'm sorry about that, guys. And then, Sean, I just turned my volume up. Say it one more time. I know we got limited time, but
yeah, no,
I'm
it's all
picking
right.
someone for what? Yeah,
she could be an ideal. You're just going from hello to yes. Bella could be an ideal client of yours. She could be a strategic partner. It could be a charitable fundraising conversation. Anything that would be meaningful to you, Bella will be that person. And your process is going from hello to yes with her in 3 minutes. It's not pitching, hooking, closing. It's not hardcore. Like, I got to get a sale. It might just be for a longer conversation about it. The real idea is how do we open listening, connect on a heart-centered way, but with like true integrous concept of like what you're talking about. So who would you like Bella to be?
So let's have it be one of the attorneys. Let's have it be Justin C. Because Justin, I have a daughter, Maeve. She's a year and a half as well. So I'd like you to be an ideal client for me.
Okay, but it's Bella. It's going to be it. So she's an ideal client. But what is an attorney?
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, an attorney is your ideal.
Yeah. So, got it. Yeah. So no, an ideal client for me is someone who owns investment real estate, who's earning significant income, who wants to offset that income.
Yes.
Okay. A real estate investor that wants to offset, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Hello, this is Bella.
Hey, Bella, it's Kevin Cawley, Cost Segregation Services. Do you have a minute?
I have like a couple of minutes. What can I do for you?
Not much. I help commercial real estate investors just like yourself accelerate the depreciation on their properties, which significantly reduces their income. Oftentimes, we offset so much income you'll pay zero in income tax, depending on how large your portfolio is. Do you have a second to tell me about your portfolio?
How did you get my number?
On CoStar. I was doing some research. I saw you own several properties, and I really like the area you're in. And I've helped several others in a similar position, pay zero on income tax just this year.
Oh, well, that sounds interesting. Okay. What would you like to know?
Basically, I do see your properties here. All I'd like to ask is if you're okay with me running some numbers. I'll do a free analysis here based on the data I already have. And what I can do is within a day or two, all I ask you pick up my call. I run the numbers and see how much income tax I could defer for you, and walk you through how cost segregation works. And if that sounds good, you can go from there.
That sounds interesting. So what does this process look like? So after you do this free analysis, are you going to try to sell me something?
No, so really what I do is I run the numbers. I'm not trained like a sales guy. I just simply run numbers and I tell you, hey, Bella, based on the data I have, I could reduce your income tax bill by $250,000 today. Take this analysis, bring it back to your tax professional. If they could fit this into your overall tax plan, I'd love to work with you. If not, no big deal.
Sounds interesting. I mean, I'm interested to see, where it goes.
Yeah. So I'll run the numbers. Let me get your email, and I'll reach out in a day or two with the analysis, and we'll go from there.
All right, that sounds great. Thank you so much, Kevin.
All right.
Kevin, very nice job, brother. Awesome. We'll see what the judges have to say in a second. Bella, who's up next?
Next, we got Kevin's friend, Justin.
So Justin, who would you like Bella to be?
It's hard to go after Kevin. He actually cold calls, but I don't. All right. So, Bella, I want you to be a developer in Chicago that develops multifamily buildings of 5 units or more.
Okay.
All right. Take us in.
And you have to own them.
What's that?
You have to own them. So, it's not you're selling off condos.
Yeah, and I own the
You're
building.
going to keep them. Yeah, you want to keep it. You're going to keep it as a long-term rental.
Okay, got it. Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. This is Justin Carolin. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I bet you're probably wondering, A, how I got your number, and B, why I'm calling you on a Thursday mid-afternoon.
Yes, you must be a mind reader.
Yeah, so actually, I looked at your development that you're doing over on the, let's call it 3500 North Lincoln block. I saw you pulled permits to put up roughly 44 units. Can you walk me through your plan on that? I'll give you a little background on what I do, but I want to make sure it's a good fit before we go into details.
Yeah, I mean, we're building, a couple of buildings, and we are holding on to that. The plan is to hold on to them for at least 10 years. We're not selling off individually, but it's an income producing property for us.
What percentage did you have to make affordable?
I'm not sure. What's a good number?
20%.
Okay.
25.
We had to, about 20%.
Oh, that's great. So I have a lot of clients that, obviously some people like that requirement, some people don't. Since you're going to be owning the building, apparently there's a new law being passed. I don't know if you've heard, where they're going to offset property taxes by the same percentage. Did you know about that?
I did not know about this.
Okay, first you should look into that. That's not exactly what I do. But what I do is I have a property management company for short-term rentals. And any building in Chicago that's 5 or more units, up to 25% of that building is eligible for short-term rentals. Chicago, are you familiar with short-term rentals, Airbnb? Have you ever?
Like Airbnbs, of course, yes.
Yeah, have you ever had a property that you listed with Airbnb?
I haven't. I'm not, I hear it's lucrative, but, I get very concerned with people coming in and out, and do they actually take care of the property, how that affects, the long-term, people in there. So it's not something that we've really wanted to entertain.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And we hear that all the time. I think the big thing is trying to get an understanding around the entire process. So what we do is we have a full service management company. We have cleaning crews that we've hired and know well that actually make the process easy for you. So you're start to finish, you're not doing any maintenance work unless you have a maintenance team on site and want to, but we're doing all the booking, we're managing all the cleaners, And the crazy thing is, people that, in our experience, go into stay in an Airbnb typically leave it cleaner than they would a hotel per se. The other thing is our cleaning crews have a full checklist to make sure that everything's broken. So you have someone that's literally going into the property on your behalf, sometimes 2-3 times a week, just to make sure that everything's running smoothly. Where I don't know if you ever had the experience where a tenant probably had a water leak and just didn't tell you, and something flooded and it got worse and compounded. So this just gives you more hands-on in your units. And from what we found from a margin standpoint, in that area, you could probably increase your margin on those units by 30% or more. So I'd love to be able to send you some numbers on those buildings if you'd be open to it.
I am definitely open to that. Thank you, Justin.
Perfect. I'll just send you the difference, and then maybe we can hop on a call in the next week, and we'll walk through them.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Justin,
Thanks.
Kevin. Oh, thank you, Justin. Great job. Kevin, great job. We'll see what the judges have to say about these two friends. Bella, who's going first?
Let's start with our friend Ben. This is what it looks like. Ben, Crystal, Nicholas, and Walden is we're going to be giving 30 seconds of feedback for either Kevin or Justin. And the 30 seconds of feedback is something that they did great, something that maybe they can improve on, and then a score of 1 to 10. 1 being you would rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation. 5 being if they bought you a mocha chocolate caramel whip super duper Starbucks thing, you would definitely meet them at Starbucks for all of that sugar. Or 10 being you would rent a private jet to fly anywhere in the world just to have a longer conversation. So let's start with our friend Ben. Ben, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kevin?
Okay. I thought Kevin did a really nice job not coming on too strong. I think he did a nice job kind of getting to his point quickly. Obviously, if you pick up the phone for a cold call, you want someone to kind of let you know in the first like 15, 20 seconds why they're calling. You kind of get to what they want to do for you, I guess maybe after that. So I thought that was really good. I thought he sounded very approachable. Something that I would improve, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was really nice. I thought he did a good job. I guess, maybe make the call shorter than 3 minutes. I don't know. Otherwise, I don't really have a lot of criticisms, especially on the spot. I'd give it a solid 7.5.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you, Ben.
Let's go with Walden. How about 30 seconds of feedback for your friend Justin?
For my friend Justin or for my friend Kevin?
I thought you were friends with Justin too, no? Okay.
No, I don't know Justin. Yeah,
okay.
I probably will soon, but not yet.
This is even better then. Okay, so your friend Justin. I mean, your new friend
All
Justin.
right. My new friend Justin. No, I thought he did a great job as far as taking a very complex subject and making it very simple. So I have a very short attention span in most cases, and I didn't find myself wandering or being like, like squirrel. Like literally I'm in the forest over here, look at the squirrel. So it's like I found that it was very, very understandable. So as far as a point of just critiquing or criticism, it seemed like there was a little bit of fluff at the beginning where there was like a little bit of beating around the bush. So like I'm a very direct guy at the same time. So like that's my only point of like, hey, maybe some calls test out just being very direct, because the people you're talking to, like similar to myself, I talk to a lot of billionaires and people that are in like high elevated statuses. They want to know now, just like, hey, like cut straight through the crap a lot of times and just go straight to the point. And I feel like
so Walden,
you're working with that level.
So what is your score for Justin?
Oh, my score for Justin would be, I would say about an 8.5, 8.25, somewhere in there.
Very nice. Awesome.
Maybe like a propeller plane. Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Justin.
Let's hop over to Nicholas. Nicholas, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kevin?
All right, Kevin, I don't know. I feel like we've met before somewhere, but maybe in the real estate field.
We may have golfed together.
Yeah, maybe we've golfed together.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I've done, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I've transacted business with Justin's firm in the past. I've done business with Walden. And so you definitely look familiar. And I don't want to impede on the timeline of this thing. But yeah, we'll connect after this, no doubt about it.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I thought it was smooth, and I don't know if I'd rush on a plane to come meet you, but I'd probably get in a car to come meet you. So I'd probably give you a 9 out of 10. I thought it was really, really solid, and I think contrary to Ben's point, I think you just used the time that was allotted, and you could have probably done it, shorter if you wanted to. So, I mean, I really have no critique. I thought it was a great presentation.
Excellent job.
Awesome.
Congrats.
And then last but not least, Kristen, your 30 seconds of feedback for Justin.
So my first thing I want to say about Justin, you offered to do something for free. You offered to your potential client to give them an analysis. That is a huge plus. You're giving something away and showcasing what you can do. My big piece of feedback would be, say in the beginning of the call how you found their information and why you would like to connect with them. Show them why you want to be in business with this person. Don't let them ask you, how did you get my number? My overall score for you would be a 7. Otherwise, nice and concise and to the point.
Beautiful.
I appreciate that.
As was your feedback, Kristen. That's a great job. So now what happens is, as you could tell, I have a somewhat feisty co-host. She's a fiery redhead, and she likes to put my butt on the hot seat every chance she gets to do what Justin and Kevin had so beautifully and courageously done. But here's the trick. You guys get to make it up and conspire with her to make it as difficult as possible. So, for example, we could start with a political scenario where on any political issue, I have to talk to somebody about having a longer conversation about the most complicated and controversial topic. Left to right, right to left, whatever the topic, that's an open season. You guys can select that. Now, A. B, it could be anything going from hello to yes in any profession whatsoever. So you pick the scenario, accountant to ideal business client, doctor to patient surgery, whatever you want, contracting situation for homeowner, whatever that is as the second category. The third category is whatever the heck you want in the world. So you could set any scenario. The only thing we request is that it's integrous, meaning that we're not selling swampland in the middle of Chicago. Like, there's no swampland in Chicago. So we're not selling Jordan Belfort, like, fake stuff. We're selling real stuff with hello to yes. Yes, so Bella, how do you want to proceed with who we're going to see if they want to do it or assign it to somebody else?
So why don't you, Sean Cawley, pick a number, choose a number between 1 and 6.
I will go with my high school baseball number 4.
4. That is Mr. Walden.
Ooh, our direct to the point, dude.
Yeah, you get to set the scenario for Sean, or you can pass it to one of your colleagues here. What is your choice?
I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty creative guy, so I'll take it.
All right, what you got?
Well, and like I said in my fun fact, I'm from Wyoming originally, and I want to see if you could be a lobbyist for the firearm industry and battle on behalf of them to the point of firearm training in schools.
Ooh, okay. And who, Walden, am I speaking with? Would it be
senators, legislation, somebody on that side? So you're getting policies enacted in a government setting to basically allow firearm training in high school or middle school.
Awesome. Okay. So would you like to be that senator, or would you like to assign that role to somebody else?
Oh man, is there anybody on here that's super against guns? I think they'd be the easiest person, because I feel like being in Illinois, there's a lot of people that are super against firearms. So love it if somebody that was super against firearms could be the person that you're talking to.
Kristen is raising her hand.
Yeah, I live in Massachusetts, so bring it on.
There you go.
All right. So, hey, hi, Senator Kristen. This is John, the lobbyist. How are you? I know we had a scheduled 3-minute call. I'm very grateful for you taking the time. And I know that there's like a wide gap in this conversation, but I'm really grateful to even have the opportunity to speak. Senator Kristen, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, awesome. So, question, why, if I may ask, I know we have 3 minutes, and I'm going to keep us within a time parameter, I promise, but I want to serve speaking into your listening. I don't want to just babble on about my ideas. So, Senator Kristen, why do you do what you do in public service? Like, what's your mission, your purpose, your vision? And I'm very grateful for the conversation again. But why do you really do what you do? And I did sign the NDA. Nothing we're going to talk about is going to be publicized, but I really do want to know that. Please.
I want to make the country a better and safer place for future generations.
That is awesome and beautiful. And in seeking to create a safer country, if I may ask a very controversial question, actually, let me ask that second. First, what I'm hearing though is you have a vision truly to make the country safer, not more dangerous. Like, that's an authentically held position. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Because, with respect, I'm a lobbyist. So the first thing that I would understand if you're asking me is, do you actually believe anything you're saying, or you're just saying it for money? And the truth is, unfortunately, sometimes I do say things for money, but in this situation, I'm actually not. I do actually believe I am being paid for my work, but I do truly believe in what we're about to talk about. So thank you for being an integrous senator, Senator Kristen, who cares about people. I do as well. And is it okay if I share a couple of things in the final minute or two that we have here?
Sure.
So, Senator Kristen, I too believe in safety. And what I believe is that we have a divided country that's not actually divided. We have a false context of division. I think most Americans believe essentially the same things, like very close, on almost all issues. In fact, I have a mother that watches Fox and a father that watches CNN. They were divorced at birth, but they actually believe in wanting people in the country to be safe. They believe in people wanting financial opportunity. They believe in freedom. They believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, here's what I don't believe in. I don't believe that anyone who is an advocate for gun control is crazy, is wrong, is selfish. I don't believe any of those things. I believe that this is a complex issue that has an immense emotional charge. And I get that, because every single time something dramatic happens in any way, a shark attack, and all of a sudden at one point in our country wanted to kill all the sharks. In fact, I'm talking to you from Long Beach Island, New Jersey today, which was 1 mile from where we're sitting, the site of the original Jaws attack. And hundreds of millions of sharks have been slaughtered because one attack happened in 100 years. The mathematical probability of being killed by a shark, you have a better chance of holding your winning lottery ticket while being struck by a lightning bolt. What I would love to do, Senator, if I've given you any thought of credibility for me, and there's any resonance in truth and logic, is to actually have a 30-minute audience with you to demonstrate how actually our nation would be safer with gun training in schools. And I would prove to you during that time, and I mean math, I would prove to you during that time how our nation could even become more unified, and potentially we could rise above some of the divisive fray and rhetoric with absolute respect to every human being who believes we need stricter gun control. And in fact, final on this, I always start the conversation by saying, hey, you want gun control? What do you want? And we always end up somewhere around, I want less bullets, and some debate between automatic and semi-automatic and where that all sits. And what I demonstrate when I talk to people about these principles is that we're not very far apart. And neither person is an unreasonable lunatic. So in light of your heart, Senator Kristen, and safety for people, and I also offer you this, I will release you from the NDA. And if you want to vilify me, my position, and my firm as being liars for wasting your time when you're done, I'll honor the NDA. I give you free reign. But when we're done, I promise you this, at the very least, you will be deeply persuaded, and the only thing keeping you back will be what the party would say. And I know that won't keep you back. So can we at least have that 30-minute conversation? How does that resonate or not for you, Senator Kristen?
I'm always willing to have a conversation. However, I would like to also offer a question and answer portion of that conversation for my audience.
100%. I would be thrilled.
Excellent.
Because my mission, Senator, is your mission. Keeping Americans safer, and what I also heard is keeping them even more unified. And that's what I truly believe. And the divisive rhetoric, I believe it's time for that to come to a conclusion. And your record, your track record, and your reputation precedes you as being somebody for that. So thank you, Senator Kristen, for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for reaching out.
Thank you. out of role. Senator Kristen, how did that feel for you?
I am willing to have more of a conversation, but to be perfectly candid, I think there, with the shark attacks, being somebody who lives in Cape Cod or who has lived going up to Cape Cod, I think maybe a different analogy might resonate more with different audiences. But you did definitely leave me wanting more of a conversation from you on the subject.
Right. But even in the beautiful Cape Cod, which has an influx, a massive influx of great whites with the seal population, we're still dealing with an infinitesimal number, but I agree with you. So that would have been something important for somebody from Massachusetts, which is now the great white shark attack capital of the world, other than New Smyrna Beach, but still the numbers are super small. But thank you for that beautiful distinction, and I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Walden, how'd you feel about that, brother?
I feel like you did a great job. I mean, I always like kind of throwing those curveballs because you just never know how people are gonna react. But I thought you built a lot of bridges to the person, and I also thought you built a lot of credibility in a very short amount of time, or likability, right? So it's like even showing that there was no risk involved, and like, hey, like willing to throw up the NDA and rip it up, whatever. Like, I think that shows a lot of like character on that side too. So it's like, hey, literally, there's no harm, no foul here. If anything else, like you can use this as ammo for your party and roast me in like public, right? So it's like, that is great. I think it's a perfect door intro. So.
Yes. Well, awesome. Thank you for that. Kevin, you jumped courageously into the participant seat today. How was your experience with us, and how did that resonate for you?
Kevin might have stepped away for a moment because he is on mute and he is off the camera. So let's maybe go to his friend Justin.
Yeah, Justin, how was your experience with us today?
It was good. I thought, if I'm speaking on, the conversation that you just had, I thought it was really good because the thing that you iterated several times is you took exactly what she said and you could hear that she felt and tied it back in to say that you feel the same way, which was the biggest step in getting her to like actually put any guard that was up down to have that conversation. So I thought you did a really good job there. But today it was awesome. Yeah, it was great. I've known Kevin and Ben and Nick for a long time, and Kristen, great to meet you. Walden, I'm sure I'll meet you sometime soon. So this is awesome. Thank you.
You did a wonderful job, Justin. I'm super grateful. Bella, who can easily be my biggest critic, how did I do today?
You absolutely did phenomenal, Sean. I think when you take such a difficult subject that, people could either be far left or far right on, and be able to bring harmony and unity to create alignment and open listening is absolutely extraordinary. So fantastic job. I would fly on a private jet to meet you.
Yes. Nicholas, I have survived my critique from my boss. Thank you for being here, brother. How was your experience on the railroad today, Nicholas? And really thank you for being here.
It was interesting. I've never seen something quite like it. I'm not sure where this is getting broadcasted, but hey to all you out there in the cyber world. But yeah, I thought that was an enlightening conversation. I liked seeing your tactics. I thought they were really smart, and learned a little bit, and got to hang out with some good people. So can't complain.
Yeah, and we say we could have had like dinner together and spent 3 hours, or met some cool people in this short time, and that's what we've done with more than 3,250 people have been in your seats. We're north of 3,250 guests have been on the show, and we've had more than 525 episodes. So Nicholas, thank you for joining that ecosystem of humans, and appreciate you. Ben, loved your sort of commentary voice, your presence, your energy. How was your experience here today with us?
Yeah, it was great. Thanks again for having me. It was really cool to see people kind of step up, clearly not expecting the questions they were getting, and coming up with really interesting questions and hypotheticals and kind of feedback, on the fly. I know that's really hard for everybody, so it was impressive to watch, and I appreciate and kind of learned some things as well. So thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you, brother. Kristen, awesome job. Thank you for the courageous step into role play. I think you did an awesome job as Senator Kristen. How was your time with us today? How was your time with us today?
This was nice. I actually am an alum. I've done this before with a different group of people, maybe a little over a year ago, and it was nice to be a second time participant.
Oh wow, were you on our show or no?
Yes, not this exact one with you, but a former host.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, this has been our show. So we've run like spin-off shows. So, but this is like the big stage. So thank you for being here. And we've been driving. So this is our creation. When COVID hit, I sat back and said, because we were building the Unblinded platform, we had a launch event with 1,300 people in New Jersey for causing people to accelerate their businesses and practices. And then COVID hit a month later. And the inception of the show was me sitting back and going, how are we going to connect with humans when this begins? I don't want to just run a podcast. I don't just want to do something where I talk at people. How do we replicate what I built my whole life, which is small gatherings to create with extraordinary people to build to larger things? And that's what the conception and inception of the show was. So thank you for participating. I really thank you for being here.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bella, we're like at pause time. Guys, with great humility, I had the privilege of building a 40-person law firm 2 years out of law school, which I sold. I have a 125-person law firm right now, which I generate, 99% of the business comes from and through me. And the work I do in raising money for charity, speaking on the Tony Robbins stage, I'll be going there my 16th time in August. Not a business partner, but just this work has a deep respect in that space and the space of legal and all over the place. I had the privilege of speaking at the ALM event, Legal Week, a couple months back. Everything we do is to cause people in the professional space and non-professional space to move from being business owners to being operators to owners. And that's what we play with, we have fun with. And if you'd like to learn more about what we're up to, and we didn't do a training today, we just had a little bit of fun. But the space that we work in is what helped us create 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, raise millions of dollars for charity, and build very rapidly scalable businesses. So if any of that resonates, we'd love to talk more. We'll explain what might happen next. And my co-founder in this, Adam Gugino, built a $750 million company in 3.5 years in Inc. 500 magazine 3 times. So that's what's up. We love you guys. Appreciate it. Again, great thanks to Jeff Badu for connecting us. Jeff's a part of our Unblinded Elite program, and he's a straight up rock star. We ran Cayman with him recently. Bella, final, take us home.
Final is definitely connect with one of our co-founders. It's an extraordinary conversation, and just really happy to have everyone here and look forward to seeing you in the future. Back to you, Sean.
Boss, great job. Thank you for everything that you do in your heart and building and making magic happen. I am blind, actually, but I think we're all blind, Bella.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Great job, guys.